Hey, hello everyone. Welcome to another video. It's been many months I have not posted a video, and here I am posting my video after a long time. And this time it's about the book I am reading and how it is going to handle our current situation. This is amazing book, Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. That book is simply superb. If anybody who is out there having a self-esteem issue, having a low confidence, having any history of childhood abuse, and how those patterns of your childhood trauma come into picture in your later years of life and impacting your career. All right, so if you anybody out there listening to this video or seeing this video, just continue with me for a few moments. Everybody is going to some other thing. Of course, there are enough videos out there about mental anxiety and maybe overthinking, low self-esteem, okay, completely introverted nature, avoiding social participation, rejection. So all those things, I know many people out there, and I am one of those person who had many years ago a lot of anxiety issues, diagnosed anxiety disorder, taken drugs and all these things and overcome them, and last 5-7 years I am in not any of the drugs and keep only an SOS tablet. All right, otherwise it's all about understanding my patterns, training your mind to recognize them on a day-to-day event by keeping a constant reminder for your brain not to panic in such a situation. And one of the event happened last week was a mail from my office. I work in the IT industry, and a mail from my boss and his boss CC'd saying highly important, scheduled on a non-working day to come to office, which is more or less likely a job cut, downsizing in the company for whatever race to in region they keep giving. All right, what happens when you see such a mail, especially if you have any past history of anxiety disorder or still going through such phases in life? So what is your first reaction? Of course, I don't have to explain that. If you're still stuck, still continuing in this, listening to this video, I believe more or less you are also going through similar mental clutter, overthinking, body giving you vibes of fear, right? All these things happen. But how is that people normal without any issues manage it better than the others, right? So I just wanted to explain in this video, there are many techniques which have developed over a period of many years that I right now have trained my mind to identify those patterns. But still, even this mail put me into slightly nervous situation for the first 30 minutes to 1 hour, and my mind got clouded for that situation, and I wanted to respond quickly without thinking, right? So this can happen to anybody, and I have almost 3 years of living expenses saved, and there's nothing to really panic as such, but still the mind starts to play around with you because of your patterns. All right, so if anybody out there going through this, the situation could be different but the reaction could be the same. Here is a tip, guys. There are many physiological or physical techniques which I will teach you in a coming video in a more organized way, which I've shared in the past though, but I will come with a more well guided techniques which how I've been doing. But for this video I want to keep it specific to one line I read in this book, Psycho-Cybernetics. When you walk into any meeting room, guys, in office, especially when you have to give a presentation to maybe 25-30 people, right? Or if you are facing a similar situation where you have been called in for a highly important meeting for no reason, that you think it should be there in first place on a weekend, like what has happened today. So I have trained it, I can recognize the pattern and I can come. It's not about you will not go through such situation or such a response. It's the thing that how quickly you identify these patterns and come out of it is what matters. We can't avoid, we are living in a real world and we can't avoid and sitting inside a cocoon, I mean sitting inside your shell, not exposing yourself. Exposure is the very thing to overcome your issues, your problems. Yeah, one of the lines he says, I loved it, is that whenever you walk into a meeting room, do you walk crawling into the meeting room with two hands, two legs on the ground, and do you crawl into the meeting room? Is that the question the author asks? He's a psychiatrist and asks his client, and the client says, no, I don't crawl into a meeting room that way. Then why do you walk into a meeting room crawling mentally with your mind? Isn't that profound? Isn't that amazing? Yes, we all crawl into any high stake meeting when you got exposed, especially when somebody who has a social stigma, low self-esteem, or any of the underlying mental health issues. These are things can happen. But is this profound statement made me think over that, and over I'm thinking the same statements. I'm not going to crawl into a meeting room mentally, and physically I'm not going to do that. So why do it? Why self-reject? Why self-doubt? No matter what the outcome, you're going to delay whatever is get. See, in my case, I'm going to think that if they have already decided, let them decide. But how I'll make them difficult if there's no fault of yours to get delayed. Of course, when there is a downsizing happens, sometimes it is abrupt, or companies could be considerate based on the person's experience and contribution to give him time, at least couple of months, to find something suitable and give a graceful exit. You can't take people just to a slaughterhouse and just say goodbye the next day, right? So this meeting, I'm going to make life, I wouldn't say my manager is a good manager. Of course, he might be in a tight situation because he's got his orders. But I also want to hang in there this time and see why this is happening and confront the situation, find the right reason, and don't take some constructed or fabricated answers just because the company wants to get rid of a person because of their budget issues or slowdown. They have significant, most of the companies have reserves, right? And they can't, I've been working in the company for almost 4.5 years, so they just can't throw the employees like that, right? So this is it for the video, guys. I just wanted to say, read this book, Psycho-Cybernetics. It is amazing. The lesson in this is, don't crawl into any of the high ticket meetings mentally. You're not doing it physically. It could be public speaking. It could be facing your maybe a person who is coming for your debt collection, or that is panicking you, or from any kind of a disease. But especially for the people who are in the corporate and having the challenges dealing with day-to-day exposure to a lot of high stake meetings, right? You are the owner of your mind. You don't give a rent to others. Stay there, others to stay there and knock you, make you anxious. This is your life, one life to go. So walk with your shoulders high, shoulders back, your head held high, and don't crawl. Just walk like you're in charge of the meeting. Thank you, guys. This is all I had to say. See you soon in upcoming videos. This is Charles here, D'Souza. I am a techie working in Bangalore for many years, and similarly managing my mental health issues much better over the past couple of years without the medications and only on an SOS tablet, just in case of a severe exposure to anything which triggers anything. So otherwise life is good, and I'm coming to give you more videos and trying to polish my videos, improve on them. Thank you for watching. Good luck.